You know those moments? It's 3 in the morning, the world's gone quiet, and suddenly the big questions start to bubble up. The ones that really feel like they have some weight to them. Well, today, we're going to step into a space that's designed to explore those very questions, a place that suggests the answers we're looking for might be a whole lot closer than we think.
And this quote from Galileo, it just perfectly sets the stage for our whole journey today. It's this powerful idea, right? That the wisdom we're chasing isn't something we have to go out and get from the world. It's something that's already in us. We just have to learn how to uncover it.
Ah, the heavy hitters. These are the questions that can feel totally overwhelming, almost impossible to answer sometimes. But what if? What if they aren't meant to torment us? The source material for this explainer suggests that these very questions are actually signposts, guiding us toward a pretty profound place of discovery if we just know where to look.
So where do we look? Well, the idea is to build a sort of conceptual space in our minds. It's called the Garden of Sophia. Sophia, of course, being the Greek word for wisdom. Now, don't think of it as some place you have to travel to. It's more like a portal you can access anytime, a direct line to the knowledge you already have inside you.
To really get a feel for this space, let's try to build it in our minds, okay? Start by imagining a garden that just keeps going. It has no fences, no walls, no end in sight. It just stretches out in every direction, a landscape built for limitless exploration.
And in this place, there's this feeling. You can almost taste it in the air, where everything just clicks. Every leaf, every stone, it all feels like it's exactly where it's supposed to be. It's a space where deep truths aren't just ideas you think about. You can actually feel them. They feel tangible, real. To put it in more modern terms, which I kind of love, this garden is like a virtual reality training room for your soul. Yeah, it's this immersive internal world where you can safely play with life's biggest principles and see right in front of you how they actually work. And this is the most crucial part. This isn't some mystical, far-out fantasy. It's a mental framework, a practical tool for thinking that anyone, and I mean anyone, can use to find clarity and to test the very rules that govern our lives. And this garden? It operates on a few key principles.
All right, rule number 1. And this is a big one. This is basically the law of physics for this whole inner world, and maybe for our outer world too. It's all about the unbelievable power of your own attention.
So the idea here is that your attention isn't just a passive spotlight, it's an active, creative force. Whatever you point it at, you feed with energy. And whatever you feed, well, it grows. This principle suggests that your reality, the actual circumstances of your life, is being built moment by what you choose to focus on. Pretty wild, right? Let's see how it works.
The source gives us this brilliant little thought experiment. Imagine you're holding a simple stone in your hand. Now, start focusing on every failure you've ever had, every disappointment, every time you felt you weren't good enough. As you do this, the stone starts to get heavier, not just in your mind. It becomes this crushing physical weight that's almost too heavy to hold. And then, you switch. You drop that heavy stone. You take a breath, and you deliberately shift your focus to just one tiny thing you're genuinely grateful for. Just one. Then you pick the stone back up, and it feels like nothing. It's practically weightless. It's the same stone, the same hand. The only thing that changed was where you put your attention. Okay, so once you start to grasp that your focus is literally creating your reality, the second rule comes along and challenges our whole idea of what's possible. It pushes back against a belief so many of us have, the idea of scarcity. See, this garden operates on the principle that the universe's natural state is just overflowing, infinite abundance. To make this super clear, we get a story. You're walking in the garden, you pick a beautiful flower, and instantly, 2 more bloom right where the first one was. But the second you start to hoard them, grabbing them out of fear that there won't be enough, they just wither and die in your hands. It's only when you let go, when you trust the flow, that they keep multiplying. So the huge takeaway here is that true abundance isn't a pile of stuff you can collect. It's not something you can possess or hoard. It's a current. It's an energy that moves through you. And the moment you try to dam it up and keep it all for yourself, well, that's what creates the feeling of not having enough in the first place. Now we get to the third rule. And honestly, this might be the most profound, most life-changing discovery you can make in the garden. It's about really understanding who you are in relation to your own mind. But this kind of realization, well, it usually only shows up after you face a bit of a challenge. Because here's the thing, if the garden reflects everything inside you, it doesn't just show you the beautiful parts. It can also give a physical form to your deepest doubts, your shame, your fears. In the story, this shows up as a cold gray fog that literally starts to swallow all the light and color.
And then, out of this fog comes a voice. And it's not some scary monster voice. It's worse. It's your own inner critic, and it knows exactly what to say to hurt you. It recites your past failures with perfect, cutting detail. It speaks your deepest insecurities, and it uses your own voice to do it. But right there, in that moment of facing the fog, something incredible happens. A breakthrough, a life-altering realization dawns. That voice isn't the truth. Those negative thoughts, they are not you. You are the consciousness behind them. You're the silent, steady awareness that is simply watching them drift by.
And this discovery gives you this incredibly practical superpower. You don't fight the inner critic. You don't argue with it. That's like throwing fuel on the fire. You just watch it. You observe it without judging it. And the source makes this fascinating claim, that critical, nagging part of our mind, it actually can't survive being purely observed. It dissolves under the light of your awareness. This is the key.
So with these principles, the power of focus, the nature of abundance, and the identity of the true you, the observer, we arrive at the final, most empowering message of this whole journey. And it brings everything right back home, to you.
This is it. This is the ultimate discovery you make in the garden. After all the seeking, all the questioning, all the struggling with the fog, the final truth isn't something you find out there. It's the realization of what you've been all along. You, your awareness, your unique presence, you are the gift.
And this is why all of this matters so much. The Garden of the Mind isn't just a nice little story. It's a practical tool. It's a mental framework that you can access literally right now to cut through all the noise of daily life and remember the fundamental truth of who you really are.
So we end on this thought. This internal space, this training room for your soul, it's always there waiting for you. The principles of attention, abundance, and observation, those are the keys to the gate. The only real question left is, what truth will you find when you decide it's time to walk through?